Teach your children well. Touch can be terrific. It can also be terrifying. Sexual abuse of our children is one of the most horrific things we can ever think about. However, we must face our fears and arm our children with good information and skills. We need to teach our children well. Start with understanding the problem. Statistics tell us that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 5 boys will be sexually abused by the time they are 18. More than 90% of sexual abusers are people the child knows and trusts. 20% of child sexual abuse victims are younger than 8. Most never tell. Don't think it can't happen to your child, that you will always be there to protect them, or that they will only be around loving, caring folks like you. Sexual abuse cuts across all economic, racial, and social levels. You cannot hope your way out of this parenting job. But turn your understanding and even your fear into action. Do what many parents neglect to do. Purposefully teach your child about preventing sexual abuse. You encourage them to wear their bike helmets for safety. Think of this as a protective helmet or a fire drill for their sexual and emotional safety. Empower your child. Teach them that their body belongs to them, and teach them all about their bodies. Identify their private body parts, and this should begin when they are very young. If I don't know where my private parts are, down there, how can I protect them? How can a parent believe that a child can be strong enough to say no to an adult if they don't even know what their private parts are called? If I can't name them, how can I protect them? Why is it so hard for us to use correct anatomical doctor names? Why do we use silly names or say harmful things like, "Don't touch that, that's a bad thing"? We do it because we are embarrassed and fearful. We need to get over it. Not just for ourselves, but for our children. They are counting on us to teach and protect them. First, we have to work on ourselves. We have to learn to respect our sexual selves, and it starts with words. We need to name all body parts like we name an ear or an elbow. Degrading, laughable names like woo-woo or tiddlywinks instead of vagina or breasts teach our children that those parts of their bodies are so upsetting that we can hardly name them. So begin today. Go into a room with a mirror and practice saying vagina or breasts or penis until you can say them clearly without giggling or turning various shades of red. Your kids need information, and if you don't give it to them, the world stands ready to do so. And you may not like all the information the world will teach, so you make sure you do it. Part of the beauty of these honest discussions shows our children that we are approachable. We can talk about anything in this house. Anything. This becomes crucial when they are teens. We then move on to teaching children to identify different kinds of touches to their bodies and what to do if given a bad touch. A touch to their private parts that isn't helping, like the doctor checkup or parents helping them bathe, etc. We can teach them to say no, walk away, and tell someone you trust. That is a simple and necessary tool. It is imperative that we help our children learn to listen to their feelings, to trust them, and to act upon them in appropriate ways. Discuss how to walk away, all of the possibilities of who to tell, even dialing 911 on a phone, and that we never keep secrets about touching, ever. Sometimes children are afraid to tell because they are ashamed, or they feel they've been bad, or they fear they won't be believed. Assure your child that you will be a believer. Practice with your child. Make up scenarios where your child is with a babysitter or a relative or a friend who tries to give them a bad touch. Act it out. Explain that if someone tries to give them a bad touch, it's not their fault. Your child didn't do anything wrong. Someone else did. Your child would be strong and smart for telling. Tell your child that you hope that they or any of their friends never ever get a bad touch. But isn't it good to know what to do if it happened? They will know how to help themselves or how to help a friend. That is cool, to be that smart and strong. Child safety is the job of the parent. Much child sexual abuse can be preventable. Children can be empowered to say no to mom's boyfriend or Uncle Fred. Do you want your children to have the knowledge necessary to maneuver the rough waters of life? Loving your child isn't enough. Teaching them skills is necessary. And along with all this great teaching, make sure you are also giving your child a steady diet of hugs, high fives, and handshakes. We don't have enough good touches in this world. That's how they'll really learn that touch can be terrific.